Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Preeti Kaur. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Trade war fear looms over the Americans as Mexico and Canada mull retaliatory measures, Trump to hold talks. Asian stock market slump as Trump's tariffs trigger fears of a broad trade war. Shares in Tokyo and Seoul fall more than 2% in early trade. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio visits Panama Canal. Panama urges dialogue as U.S. threatens Panama to reduce Chinese influence or face action. Music's biggest night, Grammy Awards 2025, kicks off in Los Angeles. Late U.S. President Jimmy Carter wins posthumously for Best Audiobook. Beyonce claims her first ever award. Another big day at Maha Kumbh in Prayagraj. Lakhs of devotees taking holy dip on the last day of Amrit Snan. Authorities prepare for zero error. U.S. President Donald Trump acknowledged that his tariffs on key trading partners, including Mexico, Canada and China, may cause economic hardship for Americans. However, Trump believes that it would be worth the price to secure U.S. interests. Despite a regional free trade agreement, Trump imposed 25% tariffs on Mexico and Canada and an additional 10% tariff on China. Now, this move has sparked concerns about potential retaliation from these countries, which are among the U.S.'s top trading partners. The tariffs are set to take effect, prompting worries about their impact on the U.S. economy. Trump's administration has faced criticism for its actions, with some labeling them as illegal. The outcome of these tariffs remains to be seen. Experts predict significant economic implications. In the latest, Donald Trump said that he will hold talks on Monday with Canada and Mexico on tariffs. Donald Trump has said that tariffs are planned on EU products pretty soon, while the European Union has condemned U.S. President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs on Canada, Mexico and China, warning that it will take firm action if targeted. In a statement, an EU spokesperson slammed Trump's tariffs as unnecessary and hurtful to all parties involved. The EU had hoped to avoid a trade conflict through negotiation, but Trump's vow to target the EU in future has changed the calculus. The EU said that it remains committed to low tariffs and a rules-based trading system and is keen to strengthen its trade and investment relationship with the US. However, the bloc is prepared to take retaliatory measures if its interests are harmed. The EU's response is likely to escalate the trade tensions between the US and its major trading partners. Asian stock markets plummeted on Monday, sparked by U.S. President Donald Trump's tariffs on Canada, Mexico and China. The U.S. dollar surged to record highs against the Chinese yuan and Canadian dollar, while the euro plunged to its lowest level since November 2022. Japan's Nikkei share average and Australia's benchmark both slumped over 2%. Trump's tariffs ranging from 10% to 25% are set to take effect on Tuesday. Experts warn of a potential global trade war, with the U.S. facing a surge in inflation and reduced growth. U.S. stock futures slumped in early Asian hours, with Nasdaq futures down by 2.35% and S&P 500 futures by 1.18% lower. The economic impact is expected to be significant, with estimates suggesting a 1.5% reduction in U.S. growth and a 2.8% drag on S&P 500 company earnings. The tariffs have also sparked concerns about stagflation and recession in Canada and Mexico. U.S. President Donald Trump is cutting off all future funding to South Africa because he claims that the country was confiscating land and treating certain classes of people very badly. In 2023, the United States obligated nearly $440 million in assistance to South Africa. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa had spoken to Trump after his election victory and looked forward to working with his administration. He also said that he was not worried about the country's relationship with Trump. During his first administration, Trump had pledged to investigate the unproven large-scale killings of white farmers in South Africa and violent takeovers of land. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned Panama's president to reduce China's influence over the canal area or face necessary measures to protect its rights of Americans under the treaty. Marco Rubio began his first foreign visit on Sunday, meeting Panamanian President Jose Raul Mulino in Panama City to discuss U.S. concerns about Chinese companies. Rubio told Mulino that China's growing presence in the canal area could violate the 1977 Panama Canal Treaty, which ensured neutrality and free passage for global trade. Rubio's message reflects President Donald Trump's demand for greater U.S. control over the vital trade waterway. Meanwhile, Panama's president, after talks with Marco Rubio, stressed that sovereignty over his nation's namesake canal is not up for debate, but he outlined the possibility of repatriating more migrants. Mulino suggested a possible expansion of an existing agreement with the United States from last July that could pave the way for direct deportations of non-Panamanian migrants. He insisted, however, that the U.S. government would need to cover the cost.
Altamente respetuosa y cordial.
There is no doubt that the canal is operated by our country and it will continue to be so. I do not think there has been a discrepancy in that. The President Trump has said his opinion about the Chinese presence, which will be clarified at the appropriate time in the technical instances of the canal. The ports do raise doubts, but as I said, let's wait for the audit of the comptroller and we will see how affected or not is the national interest in function of that concession.
The National Transportation Safety Board has recovered the black box from the medical jet that crashed in northeast Philadelphia on Friday. The NTSB also recovered the aircraft's enhanced ground proximity warning system, which could possibly contain flight data. The black box will be sent to NTSB Vehicle Recorders Laboratory in Washington, D.C. for an evaluation. The investigators also recovered both engines from the jet. They will continue to search through the wreckage on Monday, and all of their findings will be sent to a secure location in Delaware for further examination. The NTSB also obtained surveillance videos of the crash and numerous statements from witnesses. Philadelphia mayor said in an update on Sunday that at least 22 people on ground were hurt when the plane crashed. 5 of them remain hospitalized, while 3 of them are in critical condition. The crash killed all the 6 people on board, including a girl who was traveling back to her native Mexico after receiving life-saving treatment at a Philadelphia Children's Hospital. Officials have positively identified 55 of the 67 people killed in Wednesday's mid-air collision between an American Airlines passenger jet and a military helicopter over the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. The Army Corps of Engineers is surveying and preparing to begin significant salvage operations on Monday to remove the wreckage from the river. The wreckage was being moved to a hangar at Washington Reagan National Airport. Much of the Potomac River remains off limits to all vessels except authorized boats. Meanwhile, family members of the 67 victims visited the crash site along the Potomac River, escorted by police. Investigators were able on Friday to recover the black box of the Army Black Hawk helicopter following its mid-air collision on Wednesday night with an American Airlines passenger jet. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian visited an aerospace defense achievements exhibition on Sunday, where officials gave him a tour of the latest in air defense equipment. His visit came just days after concerns have grown among Iran's top decision makers that U.S. President Donald Trump might, in his second term, empower Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to strike Iran's nuclear sites while further tightening U.S. sanctions on its oil industry. Pezeshkian praised the creativity and innovation of the youth working at the aerospace industries complex, saying they would be the force to push the country's defense capabilities forward. Earlier, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi said Israel and the US launching a military attack on Iranian nuclear facilities would be one of the biggest historical mistakes the US could make, adding that Iran would respond immediately if its nuclear sites are attacked. Tens of thousands of demonstrators gathered in the streets of central Berlin protest against the German conservative CDU party's norm-busting overtures towards the far right. Angry protesters came out in droves to oppose Friedrich Merz and the move by his Christian Democratic Union to pass a resolution in parliament with the support of far-right nationalist Alternative for Germany party for an anti-immigration bill. As the rally unfolded, police estimated the turnout at around 100,000 participants, showing rage in Berlin. Firefighters in the Italian province of Messina works to rescue people stranded by severe flooding in northeastern region. The flooding occurred after intense weather conditions overwhelmed the area, submerging roads and buildings. More than 100 rescue operations have been completed so far, with many residents trapped in their homes or on roads cut off by the rising waters. Emergency services continue to monitor the situation as heavy rain and storms persist, raising concerns about further damage and potential risks to public safety. Efforts are ongoing to provide aid and evacuate those affected by the disaster. Late U.S. President Jimmy Carter on Sunday won a posthumous Grammy Award, his fourth, for the best audiobook, narration and storytelling recording for a collection of his final Sunday school lessons in Georgia. Jason Carter, one of the former president's grandsons, accepted the award at the pre-gala ceremony in Los Angeles. On last Sunday's In Plains, a centennial celebration, Carter, who died at the age of 100 on December 29, speaks about love, kindness, forgiveness and the afterlife at Maranatha Baptist Church in his hometown Plains. The audiobook, released in August 2024, just months before his death, also features music from Darius Rucker, John Batiste and Leanne Rims, among others. The late politician was nominated for a total of 10 Grammys. Former President Bill Clinton and Barack Obama have 2 Grammys each. Beyonce and Miley Cyrus won the Grammy Award for the Best Country Duo or Group Performance on Sunday for the Cowboy Carter track, Most Wanted. Now, the Cowboy Carter nomination is Beyonce's 5th entry in the album of this year's category. The superstar singer has never won the album trophy despite winning 32 career Grammys, more than any other musician, while Taylor Swift has won the honor a record 4 times, including last year for Midnights. Rapper Kendrick Lamar jumped out as an early top winner with 3 awards, as did club diva Charlie, while Sabrina Carpenter won her first Golden Gramophone. The Beatles, yes, those Beatles scored the prize for the best rock performance despite breaking up more than 50 years ago. Their track Now and Then spotlighted the Recording Academy's ongoing debate on how to handle artificial intelligence. A quick look at other stories making it to the headlines from across the world. Locals in Veracruz, state of Mexico, enthusiastically celebrated the bull running tradition as part of a vibrant festival honoring the version of Candelaria. The annual event drew a crowd of spectators and participants, showcasing deep-rooted cultural heritage and devotion. Amid the adrenaline-fueled spectacle, traditional music, dance and religious ceremonies added to the festive atmosphere. Green Day launched the first of 2 star-studded benefit concerts in Los Angeles to support those affected by California's deadly wildfires this month. The band was joined on stage by surprise guest Billie Eilish. Viewers were provided with a text number and website to donate, with organizers stating that funds will aid both immediate relief and long-term wildfire prevention efforts. Cinemas in China are going all out to deliver the ultimate audiovisual experience this spring festival season, with blockbuster films, stunning visuals and cutting-edge technology combining to drive up box office revenue. This year, China marked a significantly increased portion of the holiday season box office as compared with last year's spring festival. The Year of the Snake was celebrated in parts of the UK at the weekend, including London's traditional Lunar New Year parade in Chinatown, which attracted families and tourists. Celebrations were also held in Sheffield with performances, music, food and craft. The snake in the Chinese zodiac represents growth, longevity and health. Celebrations go on for 15 days, starting with the Lunar New Year's Eve and culminating with the Lantern Festival. You're watching DD India Live. We're heading for a short break, but after the break, in the budget session, Parliament to take up discussion on motion of thanks to President's address. Abhishek Sharma stars as India secures a massive 150 runs victory over England in the 50-20 international to clinch the series 4-1. Praggnanandhaa beats world champion Gukesh in tie breaks to clinch his maiden Tata Steel Masters 2025 title.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
Welcome back. After the break, you're watching DD India Live. India's Parliament will take up discussion on the motion of thanks on President Draupadi Murmu's address, with BJP's Ramveer Singh Biduri to move the motion. Lower House or the Lok Sabha has allotted 2 days beginning today for the discussion on motion of thanks to the President's address, while the Upper House or the Rajya Sabha has earmarked 3 days for the debate. The first part of the budget session will have 9 sittings from January 31st to February 13th. Parliament will then break for recess to examine the budget proposals on February 13th and meet again on March 10th to discuss the demands for grants of various ministries and complete the budgetary process. The session will conclude on April 4th. The entire budget session will have 27 sittings. Meanwhile, Joint Parliamentary Committee report on Waqf Amendment Bill will be tabled in Lok Sabha. After the report is adopted by the House, the Waqf Bill will be introduced and taken up for discussion. Chief Operations Officer of the Royal Bhutan Army, Lieutenant General Batu Sheringiz, is on a 6-day visit to India to further enhance the already close defence ties between the two countries. He will lay a wreath at the National War Memorial in New Delhi and will be accorded a Guard of Honour. Lieutenant General Shering is scheduled to hold talks with Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan, Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri and Defence Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh. The visit is focused on fostering closer bilateral military cooperation and exploring new avenues for defence collaboration. As the Delhi Assembly election 2025 draws near, with voting scheduled for 5th February and results to be announced on February 8th, political parties are making all-out efforts to woo voters in their favour. Leaders are holding campaigns all across the national capital. Union Home Minister and Bharatiya Janata Party leader Amit Shah will hold multiple rallies in the national capital to gain support in the party's favour. And now we get you all the latest from Maha Kumbh, the largest gathering of humans on the planet. A large number of devotees gathered at Prayagraj to take a holy dip in river Ganga and offer prayers to goddess Saraswati on the occasion of Basant Panchami in the wee hours today. Now, this marks the third and the last Amrit Snan at Maha Kumbh. It is believed that Ma Saraswati was born on Basant Panchami, and taking a dip in Ganga on this auspicious day holds great significance. In view of the expected influx of people, Uttar Pradesh authorities have been instructed to adopt zero-error measures. Police has implemented a 7-point special scheme to regulate the flow of devotees and pilgrims flocking to Ganga Ghats to take holy dips and perform rituals. The 7-point special scheme includes a no-vehicle zone in the Mela area, a one-way traffic system, restrictions on vehicles entering Prayagraj limits, a diversion plan through barricades, holding areas, and no overcrowding on ghats. All departments involved in the Maha Kumbh are coordinating through the Kumbh Command and Control Centre. Now, this integrated approach enables efficient management and emergencies and disruptions. Also, the Command Centre oversees all 25 sectors of the Kumbh Mela, 30 pontoon bridges and key barricades with over 3,000 CCTV cameras monitoring both the city and the Mela grounds. All right, our correspondent Siddharth Bharadwaj joins us from Prayagraj. Siddharth, good morning. Now, we tell our viewers that the third and the final Amrit Snan was held in the wee hours today morning. What are you witnessing there? Let us get a sense of what is happening on ground there.
A very good morning to you, Preeti, and I am in the holy land of Prayagraj, and today is a very auspicious day. In fact, a very important day. Today is Amrit Snan on the occasion of Basant Panchami, and I'm here at Kali Marg, and you can see behind me the pilgrims, the devotees are all from all across the world are coming here to take the holy dip in the confluence of river Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati, known as Triveni Sangam. There have been elaborate security measures to make sure that this Amrit Snan stays incident free, and there is crowd management that have been put in place. Along with that, the UP government has also reinforced the security and medical resources to make sure that everything goes in a very smooth line manner. Now I'll show you where I am standing. I'll request my camera person to pan the camera. You can see, Preeti, for our viewers of DD India, these are all the pilgrims, the devotees who are coming, and they are coming, they are walking from 20 to 25 kilometers, and this is the devotion of the people. They are uninvited, Preeti. They are not, these people who are coming here are not invited. It's just a divine power, they say, which is, bringing them here to take holy dip in Triveni Sangam from 20-25 kilometers. There is no vehicle zone, like you also said to our viewers. No vehicle is allowed inside the Mela premises. Only important vehicles, only emergency vehicles are allowed, and people are coming here. The movement of the vehicle is stopped from around 20 to 25 kilometers from here, from the Mela premises, and people are coming, they are walking and carrying luggage on their heads. Like I said, Preeti, this is just the devotion, of the people who are coming in large numbers. Around 5 crore people are expected to take holy dip in Triveni Sangam here, and the atmosphere here is quite electric. As far as the security measures are concerned, Preeti, then like I told you that elaborate security measures have been put in place. There's a 7-layer security system that has been deployed, along with around, you've also mentioned, around 2,500 to 3,000 CCTV cameras and AI integrated systems have been put in place to make sure that, everything, this gathering remains a peaceful one, safe and secure for all the people who are coming here. Along with that, there is water police personnel who will take care of everything which will take place inside the Triveni Sangam. Also underwater drones which can go up to 100 meters inside and give real-time footage, helicopter surveillance, drone surveillance, tethered drones. So yes, definitely the security arrangements are pretty tight, and people are really, really happy. The weather has also improved, Preeti. The sun is shining bright. It's around 7:15, 7:20, and sun is shining bright. People have smiles on their faces, as they go to take the holy dip in the Triveni Sangam. Back to you, Preeti.
All right. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for that insight. That was our correspondent Siddharth joining us from Prayagraj, telling us about how the morning began today and the elaborate arrangements that have been made in Prayagraj. It is the third and the last Amrit Snan on the occasion of Basant Panchami today. And from here, we now turn focus to sports. All-rounder Abhishek Sharma broke multiple records as he smashed a scintillating 135 off just 54 balls to take India to a huge 150-run victory over England in the 5th T20 International in Mumbai on Sunday. India posed a mammoth total of 247 for the loss of 9 wickets. Meanwhile, England were bowled out for just 97 runs. With this win, India has sealed a 4-1 series victory, continuing on from a 3-1 victory against South Africa in their previous T20 International bilateral. Abhishek Sharma also chipped in with 2 wickets, while Mohammad Shami returned to the playing 11 and took 3. Meanwhile, Varun Chakravarti ended the series with 14 wickets in 5 games and was awarded Player of the Series award. Grandmaster R. Praggnanandhaa held his fort against reigning world champion D. Gukesh for a come-from-the-behind win in the tiebreaks to claim the Tata Steel Masters 2025 in Netherlands on Sunday. Praggnanandhaa only needed a draw in the final round against Germany's Vincent Keimer to seal the tournament win after Gukesh lost his game against Arjun Ergaisi. In the tiebreaks, there was huge drama, typical of the two young players looking to win each and every game they played in the tournament. Praggnanandhaa showed perfect technique to take the full point and his maiden victory at the Masters. For Gukesh, this was the second year running when he tied for the first position and lost a tiebreaker. Alright, that's it in this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those of you on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. Now, this app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the respective QR codes. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Preeti Kaur signing off, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India Live.